All right, I'm trying to handle my business. Fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media. My name is Judson Powell. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and but most of all, hit the love button. Love one another, and don't let this whole COVID-19 coronavirus thing get you down. And that's basically what I'm here to do today. I want to encourage you. Be encouraged. Be encouraged, because let me explain something to you. They are lying to us. Okay, so there have been like in about 1,000 deaths a month, if you consider, that they knew since December. All right, so there have been about literally 1,000 deaths a month. Okay, so now they bring this lady on and she says there's going to be between 100 and 200,000. Okay, in the worst place that the virus attacked, in Italy, the worst place that this virus attacked, there's only been 11,000 deaths. And so far, the number of deaths has started to decrease. So they kind of got it under control. China is already open for business again. China has basically locked it all down, and they've opened movie theaters, restaurants, everything is open back up. So they're back in business. So explain to me why the wealthiest country on earth, the country with all of this stuff and all of this technology and everything like that. So why are we going to go from a little bit under 3,000 deaths to 200,000 deaths? And you tell me that it's not a scare tactic. It's just fear. And look, I refuse to succumb to fear. Okay, if I die, I die. But let me tell you something. I'm not going to sit up there and be poor, broke, and lonely, which is what they about to do to all of us, or what they trying to do to all of us. Believe me, there is no more money, y'all. And when they send out this stimulus package, that's it. Ain't no more money coming. They ain't not gonna get it. Ain't like, this ain't Canada where they gonna take care of you for 3 or 4 months. They gonna give you that one funky check and that's it. You done. And then you gotta pay that back. That's the other thing about this whole thing. It's not even really free money from the government. You gotta pay the money back. You have to pay the money back, okay, in your day. So they're going to deduct it from your next year's tax return. And in the meantime, inside of the bill, they got a tax cut, a real estate tax cut for the rich. So like I've been saying all along, this whole virus thing is a smokescreen. It's smoke screen and mirrors. Everybody is so upset about death. It's like, would y'all get a handle on that? Okay, y'all need to get a handle on that. People die. Most of the people that have died have had pre-existing conditions. There have been very few healthy people that have died. And let me explain something to y'all. And I hate to bring this up because then I'm going to seem like I'm mean or whatever. And that's okay, because I don't want none of y'all to die. So if I'm mean or whatever, but you got to understand, most of these people had compromised respiratory systems, meaning they had bronchitis, asthma, et cetera, tuberculosis, all of these other diseases. Okay, they also had high blood pressure, they had heart problems, they had diabetes, they had all of these other things. But you know what? The media is not reporting it like that. And finally, when it comes to immune systems, a lot of these people were HIV positive or had AIDS. All right. I'm just telling y'all might think that is, but that's the truth. All right. So now remember, and I told you I'm telling you, I looked all this stuff up. I read about it. One thing about being a lawyer, if you want to sue if you want to sue a doctor, you have to become a doctor, because I can't put a doctor on the cross-examination witness stand and not know what I'm talking about. All right. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not going to tell you nothing that's going to harm you, because what I'm trying to do is I want you to live. The government on the other hand, don't want you to live. And here's the disparity. The disparity is that they're trying to make ventilators and get ventilators because it's about money. They realize those ventilators, it's a way to make money. It's just like when they make weapons for war. Okay. Somebody gets paid, so-and-so's uncle owns the company that makes the ventilators, or now they're trying to get GM and Ford to make ventilators and all this kind of stuff. Why? So that they can get government money. All right. The ventilators do not keep you from dying. They do not kill the virus. They only keep you alive and help you to breathe while you're receiving treatment. But if you're receiving the wrong treatment, you won't get healed. You won't get delivered. I started to feel like I'm back in the pulpit. You won't get delivered. You won't get set free from this virus. All right. I'm just letting you know that. All right. Don't get fooled by the okie doke. So in the meantime, the countries that started using the protocol that I was talking about, the heat and the, even when the first symptom, start drinking warm liquid every 20 minutes. The first symptom you get. If you start getting a cough, if you get a sneeze, whatever you got, if it's something going on with your respiratory system, start drinking hot liquids immediately every 20 minutes. And the best thing is something that is alkaline in nature, like lemon water. That's why the doctor gave, because it's alkaline. The virus, what it does is it starts in your mucous membranes, in your sinus system. Okay, it camps out there. As you start getting sicker, it starts draining down your throat, just like you have the flu or a cold or something like that. It starts draining down the back of your throat. It goes into your lungs. Once it gets into your lungs, it hides behind mucus. That's why I'm trying to tell you. So those people that have those pre-existing conditions, they got a lot of mucus. So you shouldn't be drinking milk, eating ice cream, anything that creates mucus. All right? You should be alkalining your body. That's why you alkaline your body. Okay, because the virus has it's using your cells in your lungs as a host, and it likes your lungs. So that's why in the past, whenever somebody had coronavirus, it was considered to be what? An upper respiratory infection. All right. And people die from upper respiratory infections. People die from asthma. People die from, from diabetes, all that kind of stuff, because your body is making mucus. Your body is creating mucus. All right. So stop your body from creating mucus. Hot liquids. Hot lemon water is the best. No sugar, coffee, soup. Why you think your grandma used to give you chicken noodle soup? Okay. Soup. Anything that's warm. Every 20 minutes, keep on doing something that's warm, and it will flush the virus out of your system. It won't be able to survive because, number one, it automatically, and then I had some girl come on and tell me, 133 degrees, you would burn. That's not true. Look, here in Arizona, we have weather that gets to be 120 degrees. Nobody dies. That's only another 13 degrees. You are not going to die by being in 133 degrees. You're not going to die. And your food, if anybody knows the standards for cooking food in a restaurant, you have to cook everything above what? I think it's like 170 degrees. So even your food comes out hotter than that. All right. Let me tell you, do not die. Do not die from this, because it ain't that serious. All right. And let me tell you something else. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to transfer the wealth behind our back. And we're all so worried about dying that in the meantime, in between, and then when we don't hit the 100,000 or 200,000 mark, then they're going to talk about how great the leadership was. That's the next thing. Y'all think. All right. They already got people running around here, talking about how great Trump's leadership is. Y'all got to think. All right. Think, because that's the way that they get them in there again. Think. All right. If Italy, look, people was dying. I think the most that died in one night was like 800 people. Right. But now they stemmed the tide. Not as many people are dying, but they only got like 10,000 something people that died, under 11,000 people that died, but they're nowhere near 100,000. They're nowhere near 200,000. So how all these people going to end up and we all inside, and we all social distancing, and we all this, that? How is that going to happen? I'm just saying, think logically, common sense, unless they spray it on us or something like that. Unless they gas us or nuke us or something, how are they going to do that? It just don't make sense. All right. And then the other thing is, you got treatment protocol. You already have a treatment protocol. What I'm telling you to do, that is what the doctors in Cuba and in the Dominican Republic and all of these places. But you know what? They don't want to take their word for it because they're brown and they're yellow. I'm just telling you. And there's no money. There's no money in sending you home and telling you to just drink hot fluids every 20 minutes. There ain't no money in that. There's much, but if I can give you all of these drugs and everything, that I saw this one thing. This lady had the lady survived. She had like a $30,000, thing, but she survived basically because she was healthy. People that are healthy, and that's the other thing. Depending on where you read, it's between like an 80 and 90% recovery rate. Most people recover from this. They don't die from it. You don't have to die from it. And like I said, as soon as you get a symptom, just start drinking hot liquids. Drink. Okay? And if it should invade and then the other thing is that cold arrest protocol, everybody laughing and this, that, and the other thing, you better blow that hair dryer up your nose and heat your nose to 133 degrees. And then if you got to, then dip your head in a tub of hot water or do whatever you got to do. But if it saves your life, you live. See, everybody want to be like, oh, well, how did they know that? And how did they know this? Dr. Demke, this doctor, he wrote a book in 1984 about it. Okay. But they laughed at him. Okay. And now you even got the governor of Florida saying to do it. Why? Because it works. If it works, what do you care? If you live, what do you care how you live? If you make it out and you live, why do you care? It's not an approved procedure by the American Medical Association. F the American Medical Association. They don't care nothing about you. They really don't. They care about making money. That's why they give people drugs that kill them every day. Every day. And more people have died from cancer this year than have died from coronavirus. But we ain't panicking. Like, people still doing stuff to give them cancer. They still smoke. They still, are at work sites and stuff like that, breathing in carcinogens that your employer has you put into the air. And in the meantime, in between time, some of it is getting in your lungs. Okay? Listen to me. Y'all got to be smarter than that. Because we always the guinea pigs. We always the one. And that's why y'all think I fight against religion so hard. I fight against religion so hard because religion conditions you for this kind of BS. Because it conditions you to only have two modes of operation. Either I operate in fear or I operate in faith. And at this point, in this whole thing, everybody's operating in fear. Ain't nobody operating in faith, and ain't nobody operating in comedic spirituality with having right knowledge and right wisdom. That's why I keep preaching that. Right knowledge and right wisdom eliminates the need for fear and eliminates the need for faith. You don't need it. Because if I know that I can cure this virus this way and I don't die, then I got the right knowledge. And if I apply that knowledge, I got the right wisdom. And I'm not going to die. But everybody want to be like, you need to take this serious, brother. You need to do. I'm taking it serious. I'm not saying don't social distance. I'm not saying don't follow the protocols and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes down to treating your own body, don't leave that decision up to somebody else. And when I'm telling everybody to alkaline your body, you alkaline your body because that is the way our ancestors ate. They already figured out what was best for us. Even if you go to where most of us came from in West Africa, West Africans don't eat like we eat. All right. And you are what you eat. So half of these people that are dying, the reason why they're dying is because of the way that their bodies are right now. They got pre-existing conditions, even though, and they're not going to say it because we got HIPAA laws. These people are lying. Because there's nowhere in the world they can know the cause of death, what everybody had while they were alive, because those records are supposed to be sealed. And if they're not sealed, then somebody is violating the law. HIPAA. You can't disclose a person's illnesses and all of that kind of stuff. They unless you sign off on it, they can't even tell your significant other, your spouse, your mama. They can't tell nobody how you died or what you died from, unless you agree to it. I'm telling y'all, so wake up. They, and all they doing right now is they're transferring wealth. They're stealing money. Even the aid package is nothing but corporate welfare. Wake up. Okay, because they're going to get, how far is that little funky $1,200 going to go at this point? Because you in debt right now. You are in debt right now. And by the time April 30th gets here, it'll be tremendous. Fastest 15 minutes is up. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. My name is Judson Powell. Don't get caught in the okie doke. Coronavirus can be defeated and prevented.